All right, let's talk about similar polygons. Shapes that are similar have angle measures that are all congruent to each other, and their side measures are proportional. So here is an example of two similar polygons. You can see one is bigger than the other, but all the angle measures are matching up. So equal angles, but proportional sides. So in a similarity statement, you would see this. The angles would all be congruent. So angle A would be congruent to angle T. Angle B would be congruent to angle Y. And angle C would be congruent to angle D. Okay, but the sides are proportional. So we would say the proportion of AB to TY would equal the proportion of BC to YD, which would equal the proportion of CA to DT. If all those sides are, if those proportions are all equal, then we would say the two shapes would be similar. Okay, so here I'm going to compare. I've got equal angle measures, 45, 45, 90, 90, 120, 120, and 105, 105. So we check out all the angle measures match up. And so now I would say that if I just start with shape ABCD is similar. Notice similar is just the squiggle. It doesn't have the equals like a congruency. So ABCD, I would have to match that. ABCD, I would go WXYZ. So those would be similar. All right, are these proportional? Well, let's look at all the side measures. Is 4 to 8, so this side, the reds match 4 to 8, 1 to 2, 5 to 10, 6 to 12. All right, I can quickly look at that and say, well, 4 to 8, that reduces to 1/2. 1/2 is 1/2. 5 over 10 reduces to 1/2, and 6 to 12 reduces to 1/2. So without doing a lot of calculation, I can tell that all of these reduce to 1/2. And so I can say yes, that they are proportional. All right, let's take a look at these. I'm going to check my angles. I got 40 and 40, 45, 45, 85, 85. And now I need to match up smallest side to largest. So I've got, I'm just going to list them out here. 2.5 inches in the small one, 3 inches, 4 inches. If you just go smallest to biggest, that's how they have to match up. So you don't have to get too worried about what side goes with what if you just list them out from smallest to largest. All right, now you may want to use a calculator and say, and just get a decimal representation for each of these. So I'm going to divide 2.5 divided by 3.75 when you get weird numbers like this. And that's going to be 0.66 repeating. And then I'm going to say 3 divided by 4.5. And that is 0.66 repeating. And then 4 over 6, 4 divided by 6 is 0.66 repeating. So this checks out. They are all in the same they are all proportionate. Okay, let's check out these two. Well, at first glance, I may say, well, 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. Sides look good, but what's the problem? This is clearly 90-degree angles, and these are 120, 60, 120, 60. So the angles are not matching, so they are not similar. Remember, angles have to be congruent, sides are proportional. So how do we measure a scale factor? What is a scale factor? It's the measure of how much larger or smaller two shapes are. So we looked at this one. There's a smaller one and a larger one. So the smaller one is half as big as the bigger one. So that scale factor would be a 2-to-1 scale factor if you went from B to A. So we're kind of missing some information here. A scale factor is based on the similarity statement or the order of shapes. So we would have to say from A to B, and then we would say the scale factor is 2/1 because it goes the second over the first, and so this would be a scale factor of 2. In other words, the smaller one times 2 would give you the larger one. And we'll practice some more of this. All right, so let's look at this guy. What's the scale factor of the shape ABCD 2EFGH? So we get the scale factor. We get the scale factor by taking the second. So in the world of dilations, right, this would be a pre-image, and this would be the image. It's the after. So you take the after amount. So we're going to match up these two sides. You take the after over the pre, the image over the pre-image, and compare those. We're going to have 3 to 6. 3 compared to 6. And then we're going to have 3.5 compared to 7. And then we're going to have 2 compared to 4. Okay, so right off the bat, I can see a 1 to 2 ratio here. 3 over 6 and 2 over 4. Those are both 1/2. 2.5 is 1/2 if I reduce that, and 3.5 and 7 is 1/2. So this one checks out. It is a scale factor of 1/2. And so what I can think about is the shape on the left, the ABCD, was multiplied by 1/2 to get the shape on the right. The pre-image was multiplied by the scale factor 1/2 to give you the image. Let's check this one out. So these are positioned a little differently, so you want to be a little careful here, because we have an angle, and then going to 2 slashes to 2 slashes. So from the image QR is 12, matches the KJ, which is 20. Okay, between here to but like I said, actually, you really don't have to get too hung up on that, because it has to match up from smallest to larger. If not, then it's it wouldn't be similar anyway. So I forgot about that. So let's go ahead and write that out. Then smallest side to largest. Okay. And then we can just throw these in a calculator and see if they all are coming out the same. So let's do 9 divided by 15 is 0.6. 12 divided by 20 is 0.6. 14.4 divided by 24 is 0.6. 14.4 divided by 24 is 0.6. And then 15 divided by 25 is 0.6. So these are all proportionate. So we have 4 congruent angles, 4 proportional sides, and the scale factor then, we want to represent the scale factor as a reduced fraction. So let's take 9 over 15. I know that 9 is 3 times 3, and 15 is 3 times 5. So we can reduce this to 3/5. So the scale factor is 3/5. So in other words, this shape multiplied by 3/5 gives you that shape. If we know two things are similar, then we can use that information to find a missing side. So what we're going to do here is match up. We are looking for the value of m. All we need to do is find out, well, what is the ratio between these two shapes. So I can say, well, I can match up this side. All right, so 10 to 15 should be proportionate to 12 to m if these are similar. Then I can solve for that. Is 180. So divide by 10 and I get 18. So that means this side would have to be 18. All right, and that's it for this lesson. Have a great day.